Welcome to Wet and Wild. This is the podcast where we talk about the wild, wonderful, and downright ridiculous parts of marriage and family life. We are the Smiths, a married couple who's trying to survive, love, kids, and each other. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Wet and Wild.
Welcome back.
We're so excited to have you all. Today, we are going to be discussing how we balance everything and make all this chaos function. I thought this would be a perfect episode as we head into the new year, and hopefully we can make some tweaks to our own systems and routines to be more productive and make our goals or do the things that we want to be able to accomplish.
It'd probably be more for you on making it more effective.
Yeah, because there's some things that I want to do that I just don't have time and I need to figure it out.
Well, I don't plan anything.
Yeah, you just go.
Yeah, I just go.
But
or just come up with the plan on the spot. Say, this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You definitely do that. I think, wouldn't you though? I've been watching a lot of TikToks on how to set goals for 2025. And one thing I want to do more of is work out.
That's everyone's goal at the beginning of the year.
I know, and it's been my goal for, I feel like I go in waves of this, of like a year on and I'm doing really good. This past year it was horrible.
No, you do not do a year on straight of working out. You do like a week at most.
No, remember after I had the girls, like in 2021, I did really well with my workout plan. I did really well.
No, we worked out for like a month or two straight.
No.
Not even 2 months. It was like 1 month.
No, I did. Subtle Gains is a workout plan for like almost a year. I have progress pictures to prove it.
You weren't eating, right?
I wasn't. I was trying to eat as healthy as I could, but I was working out consistently. It was when I was waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
But eating is the biggest part of the...
Okay, well, that's also part of my goals, is to be able to eat healthier. And
you can't just work out and still go eat fast food and chips and cookies all day and be like, yep, we're good. I'm making progress. Eating's the most important thing.
Well, I want to be able to do that too. But so that's also part of our goals, is to be able to not eat out as much and order as much DoorDash to work.
Yeah, we actually went grocery shopping today and bought real food for the same price that we would spend on all snacks.
And by what he means by real food is typically we'll go to Sam's Club or Costco. You go with me.
When I go, we do not buy all snacks.
For the most part,
when you go,
we purchase mostly snacks or food that goes in the freezer that I can reheat. And today we bought food that we are going to attempt to meal prep and cook starting this week. Where did you get that meal plan list or whatever from, anyways?
It's just chicken and fish. It's not really.
You had like vegetables, certain vegetables on there, and you had
broccoli. I think was
quinoa. Brown rice.
It was chicken.
The way that it was copied into the text message looked like you had gotten it from somewhere.
No, it's freaking chicken breast, salmon were the only proteins, I believe. Oh, so still fish. The vegetable was broccoli, and then like brown rice, and then the rest was fruit. So, I had spinach.
Oh, and then I guess I was like, wait, we definitely bought more vegetables, but I guess I was just throwing those in the cart as we were going.
That's not a shopping list. It took heavy thinking on that. It's just 3 meats, a couple veggies. You're like, where'd you come up with those? Yeah, I really thought I put some thought behind that one.
I thought you did. I for sure thought you had gotten it off.
Bananas and apples, which we get anyways. Nothing really special.
Yogurt we get. Okay. Yeah. I guess you're right. That makes you just like came up with the list. Okay. I thought you had gotten like a meal plan from somewhere.
No, I just was like, this is what we get to eat, so let's get it. The only thing is put brown rice instead of white rice because it's healthier.
Or and quinoa, because we never make quinoa.
That's a lie. I cooked plenty of times with quinoa.
Oh, I'm thinking about couscous.
Yeah,
couscous is really good though.
Search it twice.
Yeah, we got
it. Make quinoa.
Anyways, so part of my goal.
That just shows you how much we do not go grocery shopping for real food, because she was confused about chicken, salmon, and tilapia being a strange shopping list.
Well, part of my goal is to work out more consistently our goal is to, our overarching goal is to spend less money. And I was researching this. It's actually called quarter one. I did not know that. But quarter one is January through March.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The year split into 4 quarters.
That makes total sense.
That's how businesses operate.
Well, okay. So I
don't say your quarter earnings, your quarter two earnings.
I don't operate in my business does not operate in that kind of manner. So that's why I didn't know that. But so our overarching goal is to save more money in quarter one, and
I'm learning a lot about you just right now.
hypothetically, hopefully after quarter one too. But a part of that is that we need to cut down on the amount of food times that we eat out. And so I'm hoping, I think I need to relook at how I organize our lives, because if I'm going to fit this stuff in addition to all the things that we already do, I either need to add this into the schedule or do something. I'm really big on schedules.
Maybe watch one less show of your reality TV, one less show of your housewives, so you could just squeeze a meal prep in.
Or we could,
or
we could meal prep when we watch football on Sundays, like we did today when we cooked the chicken. We cooked chicken and watched football, and we're able to celebrate when your team won.
We had no choice but to, unless we were going to start making food at 7 p.m.
Well, but we made it work. So, I mean, we could then make it work on Sundays normally.
Making it work and having to do it are completely different things.
Well, I think it's possible. I think at the root of it is it needs to go in the schedule. If it's so we live in our household, we live by this rule, except for when I forget to put it. So we're balancing a bunch of different things, not only getting kids to and from school and work, but a bunch of after school events ranging from sports activities to like kids activities at schools, etc. And I've tried a variety of methods. And right now I've got, last year for Christmas, James bought me an Amazon. Is it an Amazon show?
This one with the big screen?
Well, yeah, it's an Amazon with the big screen. And I had originally wanted, there was an advertisement that was going out for this thing called Skylight that was like a family calendar to like organize your life, and like you could do task lists and stuff. And then James ended up getting me this Amazon show or Echo, or I'm unsure.
It's a small one.
Okay, show. I'm unsure what it is, but
it's
anyways,
a Google thing, but for Amazon.
Yeah, and it has a big calendar. It has a calendar feature on there. So our rule in our house is if it's not on the calendar, we're not doing it. And so I coordinate everything on our calendar that you can see on our little screen that lives in our kitchen, and I try my best to make sure that that calendar is as updated as possible. It's not always the case, but since the girls have been born, I feel like we live our lives on a schedule, and I really appreciate a schedule. So I think a couple things need to start to happen in order for us to be able to do things that we would like to do, like working out, even if it's only for 20 minutes. I think I need to block off time on the calendar for me to say, like, kind of like what I do at work. If I have to work on a task, I put it on my calendar for a certain amount of time. I think I need to be like, okay, I'm going to commit to working out 5 days a week. I don't think I can commit to working out very early in the morning.
Yeah, because you don't wake up.
I don't like to wake up. But you know what I did think about? I don't know how you'd feel about this. What if when you got home from work,
wake you up and work out?
You stayed up till 5 and you woke me up at 4:45 and then we worked out. What are your thoughts on that?
I could just wake you up when I get home.
Absolutely. It's too early.
Just work out once the kids go to bed.
That was my other thought, was that I would do something. Well, the girls really like working out with me, so that I don't mind doing twice a week or 3 times a week.
Yeah, you just work out in the living room with them.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to try that, but I'm going to try putting it on the calendar. And then what I need to figure out, and this is the other thing that I would love to do, is I would love to be able to put tasks on the little screen and have the kids be able to mark off what they've done each day, like make your bed, brush your teeth, clean up, but then also for myself to track habits over time.
Like what habits?
Amount of water I drank, whether or not I worked out that day. I was also reading somewhere that it's like ideal to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which I don't have a problem doing. But like, I think water intake and working out would be my two things that
Yeah, you're bad at drinking water.
I'm horrible at drinking water. Even though I tried to tell you that if you bought me multiple Stanley cups, I would drink more water.
You got multiple Stanley cups and still drink more coffee than water.
I've been getting better though, somewhat. So I think that's what we should try. Would you like to work out with me?
One, yeah, because you complain. You complain a lot when I work out with you.
Can we do once a week?
We can try. I mean, I'm down to do like a Saturday or something.
Yeah.
Normally when you work out with me, you complain a lot.
Let's do a Saturday family workout.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Or we can try.
Okay.
I don't see it going long, but we can try.
Okay, let's just commit to let's try in January a Saturday family workouts, 30 minutes. And here's what I would really like to do. If it's not raining outside, even if it's super cold, that we do like a walk around the block or something.
I'm not walking in like the teens.
We could put a beanie on and some gloves. Call it a day. Okay, so we could try that.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the calendar.
We can try.
What time do you want to do it? Because we also have to commit to times in this family.
First thing in the morning.
Like after you wake up, so like 9 a.m.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna add that in. Is there anything else that we should be adding into the calendar in terms of working out? Do you want me to add your workouts in there?
Sure. I mean, I have it on my phone.
Can you figure out if we can track habits on our like little show thing?
Sure.
I also here's the other thing I thought about too, because I also want to be able to track like our spending and seeing if we're going to hit our Q1 goal. But
we have a bank account track.
Well, I know, but I have to like visually see what's happening. And I also thought about going back to paper calendars so I can start writing everything.
I mean, in order to do that, you'll have to individually write every purchase you make and put it in like a spreadsheet or something.
I'm not that fancy. Never mind. I don't care about it that much.
Yeah, exactly.
I do care about the paper calendar, but it was a pain in the butt when I messed something up and then it looked ugly because I had to cross it off. So the other thing though, I recently started doing that I actually really enjoy, and our girls are they're at an age where I think they appreciate it too, is I got that magnetic calendar that's only a month at a time, and I put the month on there. Yeah, and then they go through and each day they mark an X off. And so like, especially right now during the holidays when they're super excited for things that are coming up, they can count how many sleeps it is until that event. And so we go in waves of using it consistently, but
I mean, we could also go back to what we used to do where we planned our meals for the week on the calendar, where we had this.
I forgot we did that.
Yeah.
I have an extra one. It's in the garage outside. I can bring it in.
Where it was like, all right, Monday we're eating this. That way you know what we're eating.
Yeah, actually, that would be helpful. Okay, let's also...
Good idea, me. Good job, me.
Let's also bring, after this, I'll go out and get it and get that.
Because we used to do that, and I don't know why we stopped, but...
I don't know why we stopped either.
I think because I probably wanted you to cook, and I refused to stop or to cook until you did.
I think it's probably because we wrote it down and what was actually on there wasn't happening, so I think that's probably why we stopped doing it. But I feel like that's like the story of our lives, is that I try a system and then I like aspects of it and I don't like aspects of other things, and we stop. This calendar has been the thing that has gone on the longest, I feel like, is living by the calendar.
Well, I also feel like if you're going to meal prep, we should just do it on, like, tomorrow. Do it on Sundays.
That's what I said. Thank you for agreeing with my idea.
Yeah, you did say that.
You can tell me I was right now. James doesn't like to tell me when I do the right thing or when I come up with the right idea. Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Acknowledge that you think to do that.
Like when? I just said. I just acknowledged, and you have no proof otherwise.
I hate you. This is why in our intro it says trying to survive each other.
Not only did I acknowledge, I did it quickly. You said you were right. I said, yes, you were. End of story. Look at that. Trying to bash me.
You're aggravating me. As I told you before we got on here, I need a moment because I'm getting aggravated. I was getting annoyed. See, and now you're even looking at me and I'm getting annoyed. So I did all this prep work and you shut down my ideas.
We're doing your idea.
I know, but you like to question me, and
You see the gaslight?
I get
I
annoyed.
get gaslit because I ask questions.
It's because what the tone in which you ask them is like sometimes condescending, or like you're asking it because you don't agree with what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking for understanding.
You know what this is making me think of?
Not condescending. I'm asking in a questioning way, just to be like, help me understand.
But
just like after we got done shopping, when you kept trying to explain something, I was repeating it back to you, and I was like, I don't understand. Can you explain it? And all you did was repeat it the exact same way. And I was like, okay, but I still don't understand it. Can you explain what you're talking about? And then you repeated it again, and then you were getting mad because I didn't understand the 3 times that you said it the exact same way after me asking you to explain it.
what were you even talking about? I don't even know what caused. I remember you saying, I don't understand.
Yeah, I kept telling you, I was like, I don't understand what you're wanting to do. And then you explain it the same. You just repeat exactly what you said. I was like, that doesn't help. Please explain it to me.
I was hoping that if I just repeated myself that you would.
Well, it didn't the first, second, or third time.
You know what this made me think of? How do people who are married work with each other 24/7? Because we're just starting this podcasting business, and there are times where I'm highly annoyed and we're only, having business meetings once a week. How do people do this on the daily? Like, does their marriage survive?
Yes.
It does?
It has to.
I need to talk to somebody who works with their husband.
The reason why it's
all
fine is
the time.
They're communicating through it.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
You don't think people get pissed off at each other or annoyed? I'm like,
100%.
Sat for 45 minutes to have our business meeting, and I was pissed.
No,
I'm annoyed at you.
I think people, they do get pissed off and annoyed at each other, but again, they're communicating through it. They're talking through it until they're coming up with a decision.
I don't think working with my significant other for extended periods of time is for me. I think I would go absolutely bonkers.
I don't think that you could work with me if I was your boss. I think you could work with me if you were my boss.
Oh, that's easy. I boss you around all the time.
Exactly. I don't think you would let me do that with you.
Okay, but I'm not
in a working.
Well, first of all, isn't that like nepotism or something? What is it?
What? Nepotism is just like, I got the job because, or like if a Roman wants to go work at the place that you're at and he gets the job because of who you are.
Well, isn't there rules around you can't be your wife's boss? That seems like not the right thing.
It would depend on the business, I'd assume. What are their rules on fraternization?
I'm not talking about that kind of work. I'm talking about just people that are in business together, husband and wives that are in business together.
Then they make their own rules.
You're annoying me. The reality. You annoy me. I'm upset.
I'm going on a business trip.
Go on a business trip to your upstairs room, okay? I'm gonna tell you because I'm annoyed.
No, but I feel like it would strengthen the relationship more than harm it. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I'm sure it does. I'm just thinking I'm annoyed and
because what would normally happen? What normally happens if you're annoyed with?
I ignore you for a little bit, go in my office and watch some TV, and then I'll come back and be like, all right, I'm unannoyed now.
Exactly. You completely walk away.
I guess that's true because right now when we sat down to have this business meeting, I said, you're annoying me. Give me a minute. And then I was like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Which is fine. That's one way to handle it. But, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, thankfully we're only in business with this podcast together and we don't have to be in business anywhere else.
We're in business and parenting.
That's true. But not like we have to spend hours together discussing strategy and topics on different things and how to make money and blah 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 and how to who's going to edit what. We don't have to have that kind of conversation.
No, because I do it.
I know, but you don't want to do it my way, which is the problem, which is why I was getting annoyed. So, oh my God. Well, I hope that
is it that I don't want to do it your way, or you don't see any other way?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. See.
I obviously have nothing to do with that side of.
No way.
No, it's just I just want my ideas to be heard.
Your ideas are heard. Look at what we're doing. We're doing this This was your idea.
Okay, well, maybe a little bit more acknowledgement would be nice. Hey, Dominique, I really appreciate that idea. However, that might be the sentence that I need you to use. Okay, can we try it?
No, because I'm doing it. It was your idea.
Because then I'm going to be annoyed because I'm going to be like, that's disingenuous.
Yeah. Like every time I give you a compliment, you're like, you don't mean that. It's like, what are you wanting? Or you'll just tell me, shut up.
Yeah.
Compliment, you're like, shut up.
Well, it's because
People are going to think this is a very terribly abusive relationship
well, it's not. I like to be honest with each other. And I just like that I have a lot of shit I got to do. Instead of you telling me things like, oh my God, you did such a great job cleaning the house, I would like you to just be like, hey, I helped you do blah, 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 blah.
That sounded very sexist.
Well, okay. That was just like the first example that came to my head because nobody thanked me for, prepping the food and cleaning the house over the holidays. And there's 10 people in this house. And not one of them was like, hey, Dominique, thank you so much for all the stuff you just did the last several days.
They're kids.
My parents.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways. Okay. Well, I think we've solved our world problems on how we're going to try to balance this going into January. Before we close out, I want to talk about our budgeting stuff because we talked about this on the last episode. And we talked about doing a no-spend Q1 / trying to go as far as we possibly could.
We didn't talk about the Q1 because you just learned what Q1
Okay,
was,
well,
right?
We talked about going as many months as we possibly could. We talked about not doing it. First of all, let's decide right now. Are we going to be doing dry January or damp January? What should we do?
You don't drink, really. That's me. And
yeah, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do a dry or a damp?
That's my vice, so I'm not going dry.
Okay, so we're going to do damp.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do damp January. So we need to come up with part of the goals were to not spend as much money, right? So we said we're not only going to, I just want to make sure that
I don't feel like we don't spend money
no, we don't.
I don't spend money. You still spend a lot of money.
Okay, but I want to make sure that we're clear on what the rules are so that we can start off strong. So first,
who's going to hold us accountable for this?
Ourselves. We're going to be honest with each other, okay? This is going to be hard. I'm just going to name that right now. Okay.
Honesty in the marriage. Look.
So, things that we can buy. Groceries, utilities, like all of our months paid.
In this?
Yeah. I want to keep a list so I can refer back to it. Okay. Groceries, like any bills that we automatically have to pay. Anything related to the kids, kid related. So that includes things for their school, clothes, sporting events.
We already do.
Okay, but I'm just being clear. Those are things we can buy. Okay, these are things that I want to discuss.
I like how you're doing this right after we bought a brand new $80,000 car or more.
Okay, well let's just talk about what some potentials. Okay, I want to make a deal. I don't get my nails done, and for as long as I don't get my nails done, or I do them at home, you don't vape.
Okay.
Because I have done the math, and if you buy a vape once a week.
I don't.
Okay, once every other week, that'll cover my nails at the end of the month. So, and I only get my nails done once a month or once every 5 weeks. So, starting January 1st, no buying of vapes. And for as long as you don't buy a vape, I don't get my nails done. Is that a deal?
That doesn't seem fair.
Why?
You can do your nails at home.
Well, but nails
your nails are still getting done.
Nails aren't a bad habit.
They're still getting done. You said getting done. You're not talking about bad habits.
Shit. I was hoping you wouldn't pick up on that. Just trying to kind of make a compromise. All right. Well, can we agree on that?
I'm trying to think of something you would have to give up.
I know. So let's just agree on that for right now, okay? Because you're not going to come up with anything.
Okay, hold on. I got something for you.
It has to be comparable to a vape.
Okay. 100%. You ready?
No, you're going to say go ahead.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say coffee.
No. Although I would prefer that you switch to tea or something.
Oh, you drink coffee too. Be quiet. Okay,
Yeah, but I drink tea too.
Okay, come on. What were you gonna say?
Sometimes I go without drinking coffee the entire day.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, you got to watch Lord of the Rings with me all the way through and pay attention to it, beginning to end, all the movies.
How many movies are we talking?
I mean, I don't want to count The Hobbit, so we can just go with the main trilogy, not the new one.
Okay, but we only watch one once a week. Or once every 2 weeks.
It's 3 movies.
Great. Okay, so once every 2 weeks.
All right.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay, you won't buy vapes. I'll watch Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to. Okay, here's some other things we need to discuss in terms of finance. We have several vacations that are already we are going to be taking this year. So here's my thought. On
Wait, hold on. Since you brought up vacations, can we, because this was supposed to be the plan on last year when we were planning stuff, do our only us vacation, since you said, yeah, we can do it, and then decided, nah, we're not doing it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. We can do that. What are we going to do? Can we? Here's my thought because obviously it should be on a list of no's because it's fun things, but we already have plans set in motion to do some things throughout this year for vacations. So why don't we come up with the list of what are the things we're going to be doing as far as we know are happening vacations, and then I think one thing we just do, and I don't think we spend a ton of money on while we're actually on vacation, because we do a pretty good job of managing budget while we're there. And we're not managing a budget because we don't go with a budget, but we come up with a budget for what we'll spend when we're actually on vacation. So for example, we're planning on going to Europe for 2 weeks. So we say this is the amount of money we would like to spend while we're there.
That's different though. Exchange rate.
Okay, but still, I think that's what we need to do because, again, we're trying to low spend, right? And say okay,
we have our own spending.
I know, but because I just want to make sure we're clear. It's a list of gray areas.
No, it's not. That's what the spending money is for. You spend it on whatever you want, as much as you want.
We're doing a challenge to not spend as much money. So no shopping Marshalls trips, no this and that, but what if when we're on vacation, I want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag because I worked really hard? And
then you would buy it. That's the point in the
Okay, well, as long as you're good with it, then I don't want to hear.
What?
Oh, I didn't break. I broke my.
I don't care what you do with your money.
I know, but I'm just saying this. The goal is for us to cut back on certain things. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I figured that was group things, you said, eating out, which would come from that would come from your fund account. So there's really nothing. What would you cut back on?
Eating out. So we said we'd only eat out once a month.
I'm fine without eating out, period.
Okay. Well, I think we could, let's say max once a month. Eating out max once a month. No shopping, no buying clothes, no clothes subscriptions.
That's another you.
Okay. But you also have your clothes subscriptions that you do. So none of that. No buying of games or things like that.
So wait, no. See, this isn't fair because you're telling me what I can and can't do with my own money.
The point of this is, oh my God, let's go back to the point. The point of this.
No, I understand, but I figured it was I don't know. You're telling me
we're not buying things.
That I can't spend my money.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. And I'm also telling myself that.
It just sounds ridiculous.
Okay, well, but you need to go along with it. Okay, so we're not buying unnecessary things. That's the whole point. So even though we have the money and we can, we're not going to do it.
And what's the point in this?
Just to see how long we come. And we're going to update people on our...
That does not sound fun at all.
We're going to update people on our progress. Because this is why I want to do this. Is because I always watch these TikToks and people are planning out their 2025s and oh, we're going to not spend any money. And I'm going to knock off all these things on my bingo card and blah, blah, blah. And I just want to paint a picture of how hard it freaking is to do. So we're going to set our goal high and then we're going to see how far we can accomplish it. No Amazon purchases, no new colored Stanley Cup.
We have 3 birthdays in the next 3 months.
But this is why we're going, because things that we can buy, things for the kids, for their birthdays. I was going to say household things because we're still trying to get our house situated and together. So like that should be a thing that we're still allowed to buy. Like we're gonna buy a bar stand for our dining room area, or we're gonna pay. I do want that, but or paint the dining room. Like those things are still things that we're allowed to buy. We're not allowed to buy like the frivolous and my 5 items that I ordered on Amazon last night at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I like how you're getting all your buying out now, and I haven't spent anything still yet.
I was kind of hoping you didn't catch up to that.
Bought dressers, end tables, whatever 5 things that you just are still being delivered.
Those were my updated nail colors and some things.
Yeah, you're getting all your shopping right before the first. Huh?
Yeah, before we hit this thing strong. All right, are you in or are you out?
I feel like this is ridiculous.
But we're gonna do it.
Okay, what does the winner get? I guess of the challenge of said challenge.
Well, it's not. There's not going to be a winner. It's either we're going to do it or we're not, because we're going to operate as a team here. So at the end of January, we're going to talk. We'll just see like how we did.
Oh no,
and then let's see if we can go into February.
We might have to see who's on whose side here, because like I'm not seeing the point. I mean, I'm understanding the point of not spending money, but I feel like that's more of if we were sharing an account. Let's don't do that. But we have our own.
It doesn't. This is what we're doing. And I need to get on board. Kind of like, why do people do dry January? It's just to start off the year strong. But I'm not really sure why they do that. But anyways, so this is what we're doing. Get on board.
I'm not a fan of this.
I'm laughing because this is just an example of my crazy ideas that you go along with.
Not feeling that idea.
Okay, well, you were feeling it last week, so we're going with it. You committed to it, and this is what we're doing. Okay. Is there any other challenges or things that you would like to discuss about?
Yeah, do the workout challenge.
What is that?
Be consistent.
Well, here's again, visual thinker here. I wanted to get a calendar and mark off every day that I worked out.
How about we put, I don't know, $1 a day in the pot, and whoever doesn't work out, whoever quits first, basically, lose.
But here's the thing: is I don't want to work out 7 days a week.
No, you don't have to. We can say we can get at most 2 days off.
That's 5 days.
That's 5 days a week.
I'd like to start like at a reasonable one, which is like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 days off?
No, 3 or 4 days of working out a week, not 5. I think ideal would be 5, but I want to like be realistic because right now it's 0 once a month. I think that's what I'm getting on my Peloton.
Yeah, so that's your goal, is to make it to do 5 days.
Okay.
So those days you don't feel like it, just to be like, look, I just got to do it for, what is it, 15 minutes?
I think
it's like your typical workout session.
I think we can do. I'm going to start with 3 to 4 days a week.
Because that's why you hate working out with me. Because I work out for like an hour, and yours is like 15 minutes, and then you're like, all right, I'm done.
It depends on how I'm feeling, but
exactly that gives you your motivation to keep on keeping on.
Okay, well, I'm going to commit to
put a monetary value on it.
No, because we're not supposed to be spending money.
We're not spending money. You're not. You're not spending. You're saving it, and then the winner gets that money.
I have an idea. I have an even better idea. What about this? Every day that we work out, you each put $1 into a hypothetical jar. Then I can use that money to go shopping at Marshall's.
If you win.
No, not if I win. Just however much money I have, that's how much I get to spend. So if I work out 30 days in the month of June, I can go spend $30. That sounds ridiculous. Okay, I think we need to log off. I'm getting tired, and we're gonna go play family board games. We bought the kids Cards Against Humanity Family Edition, and I got Uno teams that we're excited to play. And so we're gonna be logging off to go and do those with our kids. Just before we go, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Wet and Wild Podcast if you don't already. And thanks for joining us for another episode of Wet and Wild. We will see you guys next week.
Peace out.